Right, so here we go. Cheltenham preview. Not sure how long this will take or what way it'll turn out, but look, I'm going to give it a go. Uh, Here we go. Well, I was reading something today where Maureen Mullins is going to Cheltenham for the 66th year in a row. Now, I know Maureen Mullins is the head of one of the greatest uh, racing dynasties in the world, never mind Ireland. But, you know, it's the same for an awful lot of ordinary people too. It's an annual pilgrimage that people look forward to from one end of the year to the next. I know I often did trifle with the idea of going myself. In actual fact, I had inquiries made with a travel company in Naas or Clane, I'm not sure which, one year about going, but it just became logistically somewhat impossible when I actually started to look into it more. And plus the fact when you're in a wheelchair and that with crowds and that, it's not so easy to get around and that. So I would have actually ended up seeing more on the television than I would at home. But look, it is still the best week of the year. It's the year that a lot of people, myself included, look forward to from one end of the year to the next. And I'll be honest, with you, it's sort of hard to believe that it's come around again already. So here we are, and of course, the first race, the first day, is the Supreme Novices Hurdle, and like everything else, uh, everyone knows the roar that goes up before the first race, the first day, and the excitement is the same. If you're 1 year looking at it, or nearer to 30 years looking at it, the same as I am. Admittedly, as some of you will know, it's not all that long since I got totally into racing, but it always would have been on here in the house, and I suppose it was only natural that over time I would have ended up getting into it in more of a meaningful way. But some of you will know, some of you won't. It was interviewing Noel Mead for a college assignment in 2003, and two or three, I'm not sure which, before he ran Harbour Pilot in the Gold Cup anyway, that really got me into racing. And now, along with writing, it's nearly the one of the most important things in my life. So here we are, we're round at Cheltenham again, and the Supreme Novices Hurdle. First race, the first day. I know as of now, Al Dancer is the favourite who I just cannot fancy. Yes, he did look very impressive winning the Betfair hurdle, but at the end of the day, for me, it is a handicap. Uh, Angel's Breath, I know, seems to be the pick of what's coming out of Nicky Anderson's. I'm not entirely sure I can have him either, because apart from being beaten on his last run, he just looks to me like a horse that wants a trip. Um, Call me unoriginal, but a lot of people will know that when it comes to racing, I tend to back jockeys and trainers rather than actually backing horses. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, sometimes I do look at form, and if a horse has glaringly obvious form that's going to come out way in front of anything else on the form book, uh, obviously you have to give it a look. But look, when it comes to Cheltenham, There's nobody has ridden more Cheltenham winners than Ruby Walsh, and I don't think Willie Mullins has actually caught Nicky Henderson in terms of the amount of winners he's trained, but if he hasn't, he's certainly narrowed the gap in the last few years. And the horse I picked out for the Supreme Novice from a long way out was a horse called Classical Dream. Now, as is ever, Willie will probably, well, he has more than one declared, and Aramon, who is one of his other horses, would have to be respected as well. I think he's about 10 or 12 to 1, but I do know he was a very impressive winner um, early on in the season in Navan. I actually remember landing quite a bit of a touch on him the day he won in Navan. Certainly he would have to be respected, but I think in view of Ruby's record around Cheltenham, plus the fact that he had the pick of whatever Willie is going to run, he's plumb for Classical Dream, and I can totally understand why he has, for the simple reason that Classical Dreams won twice around Leopardstown, both as maiden hurling as novice hurling. As far as I be concerned, Leopardstown is the best trial ground for Cheltenham that we have, and Classical Dream. I know earlier in the week, or when the betting sort of opened on the Supreme Novice first, he was ballpark around 7 to 1. I looked there just before starting the record. He's been cut 5 to 1. The money is coming for him. Uh, he would be my top pick in the race if I was to have a little punt at something he's weighing. As he doesn't click, I think the Paul Nichols trained Grand Sancy, which is about 10 or 12 to 1, could represent a bit of value. Now, I know Cheltenham is Cheltenham. Yeah, so I think I was saying there, I just had to take a phone call there, but I was saying there, Grand Sansi about 10 or 12 to 1 would look to be a bit of decent value. Classical Dream would be my main pick for the race, and as I say, maybe Grand Sansi about 10 or 12 to 1 to provide a bit of each way of value. Second race then is the Arkle, and the Arkle being the second race, I wouldn't have an overly strong view on it, but